we are very interested in not just the number of employers, but the number of employees that are impacted by living wage. Last year when we launched the program, the blue lists the total employees at the organizations that have signed on. And when we launched the program last year, our 10 employers had in total 463 employees. 424 of them were already at the living wage level. This year, with our 20 employers, we're at 858 total employees and 823 that are paid the living wage rate. So in 2014, 92% of staff at living wage organizations were already paid the living wage rate. This year, 96% are. And it really reflects changes that have happened at our living wage organizations over the last year. This fall, we sent out update surveys to our first 10 employers to ask about the experience implementing living wage in their organization. And we asked for updated numbers on employees and those paid the living wage. And what we found were there were more than 70 positions in those organizations that had seen an increase in their wages or benefits to move up to higher levels in the living wage leader program. But the other interesting thing we found was that the overall level of employment at those organizations had also risen. So not necessarily every organization had increased employment, but we had increases at both nonprofit organizations and for-profit businesses. And the reason that's an important finding for us is that sometimes people who support the notion of living wage have a concern that, well, it's great if you raise the pay of some people, but if it leads to layoffs, then are we really better ahead? And we obviously were concerned to find that out. Now, we don't know that living wage necessarily has led to an increase in employment at those organizations, but it certainly signals to us that you can have increased employment at the same time that you're raising the pay and working conditions of folks.